Hello, welcome to the Matthew Allton Art channel again. I'm going to do a drawing today, a male nude drawing, using these sort of coloured pencils, various earth shades and tones. I did a picture not too long ago using these of a Greek bust that I'd seen in the National Museum in London. So I'm going to return to that as I quite like the result, but do a male nude instead. So let's see how we get on. As always, I seem to start with the head and the top of the figure. So just getting in the bent head there, bent forwards, and the round of the back. Very slender model this was, so have to get the proportions right. I'm just blocking in the hands there. There's two hands, so just using very planes really to block those where the fingers are to start with. It's again quite a complicated scrunched up pose. So just trying to get everything in proportion and in the right place with the outline first. Now I'm just starting to mark in some of the shadows that are falling on the figure, the main shadows. Working on the back, putting the shoulder blade into the right place on the back. Again, just there's some shadow that's cast under the arm there, so I'm just putting that in. And obviously around the back, shadow on the leg, the hidden leg. And shadow that's coming from the stomach, I think, there. And the folded underfoot that you've just seen there. Now adding the hair. That's good because that's the darkest thing on the sort of pose. And that helps you judge the tones for the rest of it. You'll see, as usual, I've put those shadows on, but I will go through and gradually build those up to something like... Of course, if I'd have used the white pencil here, like I did on the bust drawing that I did on the coloured ground recently using the coloured pencils, I perhaps might not have needed to darken the shadows, because you're sort of going... The coloured paper is your mid-tone, and you can build up the highlights on top of that and the shadows going in the negative direction. Hope that makes sense. There you can see that I'm building up those shadows that are cast by the arm, in that case, across the stomach. I was intending to use the white coloured pencil here to add the highlights, but I'm sort of liking the subtlety of what I'm drawing here. Left the face to last on this one, and the hands, and I'm not very good at hands or faces, as you know if you watch this channel, or I struggle with them, put it that way. I've chickened out again, look, I'm disappearing around the back again, but now I'm starting to put the actual individual fingers in. So I'm doing over the planes, and there's one hand wrapped around the other hand here. Not looking too good so far, but I persevere on this for quite a while, as you'll see in a minute, and it does half come together, I think, by the end of the actual drawing. Quite a lot of rubbing out on this. I think it's something that I really needed to get right, because the hands are so central to this pose, and that the hands squash the face as well, which again is quite a central part of this pose. A lot of work here to try and get this looking something like what it should look like. Have a rest, go and redo their hair. Now the other evil part, the face. Again, it's such a small part of the drawing that it's very difficult, even with a pencil tip, to get it looking exactly right. Again, there's quite a lot of rubbing out on this, you'll see, to get it something approaching right. The mouth's very difficult to get right because it's been squashed up by the weight of the head pushing into the hands. Just now putting some of the shadows around the figure. Again, I'm not really concentrating on putting too much of a background on these. Just darkening up the back shadows a little bit again. Yet again, building them up a little bit more than they were before. Still not happy with that face. Just putting some sort of background in so the figure's not floating in space. And again, getting rid of that glaring white area there. And then I'll have to, as you'll see in a second, darken the leg slightly because that's fairly in shadow really. Well, this is the final drawing. It's of the same model as I did a pencil drawing of on white paper in the sketchbook fairly recently. I took the photo in the same session as I did that one. I was going to put white highlights because I'm using a coloured ground for this. But I actually quite liked the way that it was developing in sort of quite a subtle way on the coloured ground. So I've left it without adding the highlights. I think sometimes it can look a bit sort of chalky and a bit high contrast if you do that. So I've left it. The hands are okay, and at one point it looked like they were going to be sausages, and I think I've avoided that just about. I think the face is half successful. It's a bit difficult to do a face when it's scrunched up by hands pressing onto it really, but I think it's fairly successful. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'll post again as soon as I can. Do subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Do click the thumbs up, that will help the channel grow. And also if you want to be notified when new videos are coming up, of course, press the bell icon. Okay, thanks very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye.